There is a moment in life when you suddenly realize that the world isn't holding you back, you are holding yourself back. And the day you decide to break that invisible wall, your entire life begins to change. Have you ever felt that there is something inside you, something powerful, something waiting to break free? Maybe you don't see it right now. Maybe no one has ever told you how strong you actually are. Maybe life has covered your inner power under layers of fear, doubt, failures, and other people's opinions. But the truth is simple. You were born with a power, a unique force, a strength that belongs only to you. Most people spend their entire life searching outside, looking for confidence, motivation, courage, inspiration, while forgetting that everything they need is already inside them. Your hidden power is not a miracle, not magic, not something that appears suddenly one day. It is already there, silent, waiting, watching the moments when you almost rise but step back again. Your inner power shows itself whenever life challenges you, whenever you feel like giving up, whenever you fight a battle that nobody sees, whenever you stand up again after falling. That strength is not coming from outside. It is already living inside you. But why don't most people recognize it? Because the world teaches you to doubt yourself. Because society tells you to fit in. Because people around you make you feel small. Because past failures scream louder than future possibilities. And slowly, your inner power gets buried under fear and self-doubt. But listen carefully. Power does not disappear. It only hides. Every time you survived a difficult moment, your power grew. Every time you wiped your tears and walked forward, your power became stronger. Every time you believed in yourself even when no one else did, your power expanded. You may think you are weak, but weakness is just the mask your strength wears before it reveals itself. You may think you are ordinary, but ordinary people are capable of extraordinary change. You may think you don't matter, but your life has a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your inner power is not found in muscles, fame, money, or status. Your real power lives in your mind, your heart, and your spirit. It is the power to rise, to rebuild, to transform, to push through, and to keep going even when the world expects you to quit. Right now, as you listen to these words, your inner power is waking up. It is reminding you. You have survived everything life threw at you. You are still here. You are stronger than you think. This is not motivation. This is the truth. The first step is recognition. Recognize that the power is inside you. Accept it. Feel it. Own it. Because the moment you accept that you are stronger than your past, your life begins to change. There comes a moment in life when you realize that nothing will change until you decide to change yourself. Now that you understand you have a hidden power within you, the next step is awakening it. Power inside you is real, but it wakes up only when you change the way you think about yourself. Many people believe that their life will improve when their situation becomes easier, when luck supports them, or when people around them change. But life does not change from the outside. Life changes from the inside. Your thoughts, your mindset, and your decisions are the real key to awakening the strength inside you. Your inner power remains silent when your mind is filled with negative thoughts. When you tell yourself that you cannot do something, when you convince yourself that you are not ready, when you fear failure, or when you let the opinions of others control your actions, your power becomes weaker. It hides. It waits. But the moment you speak to yourself with belief, everything begins to shift. When you say to yourself that you will try, that you will grow, that you will improve, that you will take the next step, your inner power starts waking up. It reacts to your courage. It listens to your determination. It responds to your desire to rise. Your thoughts shape your power. Positive thoughts make it stronger. Negative thoughts make it weaker. This is why the mind is the birthplace of your inner strength. Whatever you feed your mind becomes the energy of your life. Awakening your power is not about ignoring your fears. It is about moving forward even when fear exists. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to act despite fear. Every small step you take becomes a message to your inner power. Every decision you make tells your power that you are ready to grow. When you choose effort over excuses, when you choose progress over hesitation, when you choose hope over doubt, your power rises. It starts guiding your life. It becomes your strength in difficult moments. It becomes your light when everything feels dark. And something amazing happens. When you start changing yourself, the world around you begins to look different. Opportunities become visible. New paths appear. Your confidence becomes stronger. Your purpose becomes clearer. It feels like life is supporting you, but in truth, it is you who has changed from the inside. Your inner power grows when you believe in yourself again. It awakens when you decide that you want more from life. It becomes alive when you stop thinking small and start thinking about who you can become. This is the moment when you tell yourself that your life is not meant to be lived with fear or doubt. You remind yourself that you deserve strength, clarity, confidence, and growth. You accept that you have the power to rise. And once you accept it, nothing can hold you back. Awakening your inner power is the beginning of a new version of yourself. A stronger version. A more confident version. A version that no longer runs away from challenges but faces them with courage. Your power has always been inside you. Now it is time to bring it forward. Now it is time to rise. There comes a turning point in every person's life when they decide that enough is enough. A moment where something inside them awakens. A moment where they look at their fears and say, I am no longer controlled by you. A moment when the power inside them rises, and slowly, they begin to transform into someone unstoppable. Becoming unstoppable does not mean becoming perfect. It does not mean becoming fearless. It does not mean that challenges disappear. It means you develop the mindset, strength, and courage to stand tall in the middle of the storm and still move forward. It means you stop running from life and start facing it with a fire that cannot be extinguished. The journey of becoming unstoppable begins with self-awareness. You cannot grow if you do not know what holds you back. For many people, the biggest obstacle is not the world outside, it is the world inside their own mind. Thoughts of doubt, fear, insecurity, and past failures create a cage, and most people spend their entire lives living inside that cage without ever realizing that the key to unlocking it is already in their hands. True change does not begin with external success, it begins when you confront yourself. When you look at your weaknesses without fear. When you look at your fears without running. When you look at your mistakes without shame. When you accept your flaws without breaking. When you recognize that every struggle, every scar, Every failure has shaped you into someone stronger. Becoming unstoppable starts with acceptance. Acceptance of who you are today, while believing in who you can become tomorrow. Many people want to grow, but they refuse to accept their present reality. They pretend they are strong while hiding their pain. They pretend they are confident while drowning in doubt. They pretend they are fine while breaking inside. But real power comes from honesty. When you accept your flaws, you gain the strength to fix them. When you accept your mistakes, you gain the wisdom to avoid them. When you accept your fears, you gain the courage to face them. Acceptance is not weakness. It is the strongest foundation for growth. Once you accept yourself, the next step is to evolve. Evolution is painful. Growth is uncomfortable. Transformation demands sacrifice. You cannot become unstoppable while holding on to old habits, old fears, old excuses, and old versions of yourself. You must let go of the person you used to be so you can step into the person you were meant to become. This journey requires discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you do not want to. Discipline is choosing progress over pleasure. Discipline is keeping your word to yourself. Discipline is building habits that shape your destiny. Motivation may start your journey, but discipline keeps you moving when motivation dies. Becoming unstoppable also requires patience. Patience with yourself, patience with your progress, and patience with your life. Great things take time. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. Success takes time. You cannot plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. You cannot start a journey and expect to reach the destination instantly. You must allow yourself the time to grow into your strength. Many people quit because they expect quick results. They want change without effort, success without sacrifice, and progress without pain. But the truth is simple: those who keep going, even when results are slow, always reach further than those who chase speed. To become unstoppable, you must also learn to detach from the voices around you. The world is full of opinions, judgments, and expectations. Everyone will tell you what you should do, how you should live, and who you should become. If you allow their voices to enter your mind, you will lose your own voice. You cannot become unstoppable if you rely on validation. You cannot become strong if you seek approval. You cannot become powerful if you let others decide your worth. Silence the noise. Follow your own path. Trust your own decisions. Believe in your own direction. You do not need permission to grow. You do not need validation to rise. You do not need approval to become the best version of yourself. One of the most important elements of becoming unstoppable is learning to control your emotions. Emotions are powerful, but if you allow them to control you, they will destroy your focus, your clarity, and your ambition. Anger can blind you. Fear can paralyze you. Sadness can weaken you. Overthinking can drown you. To become unstoppable, you must learn emotional mastery. This does not mean hiding. It means understanding your emotions, managing them with maturity, and never allowing temporary feelings to make permanent decisions. Emotional strength is the true definition of inner power. Another important quality of unstoppable people is resilience. Life will test you. It will knock you down. It will break your expectations. It will disappoint you. It will challenge you in ways you never imagined. But resilience means you rise each time you fall. Resilience means you adapt. Resilience means you refuse to give up. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes a step. Every struggle becomes fuel. Resilience shapes your character and prepares you for greatness. Without resilience, you will quit. With resilience, you will rise. Becoming unstoppable also requires a strong vision. You must know where you are going, even if the path is unclear. Vision fuels consistency. Vision fuels purpose. Vision fuels discipline. When you have a clear picture of the life you want to live, your mind becomes focused, your actions become intentional, and your energy becomes aligned. Vision gives meaning to your effort. Vision gives direction to your journey. Vision gives purpose to your pain. Without vision, you remain lost. With vision, you become unstoppable. Confidence is another pillar of becoming unstoppable. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is not pretending to be perfect. Confidence is simply trusting yourself. Believing in your abilities. Knowing that you can learn, grow, and improve. Confidence comes from experience. The more you try, the more your confidence grows. The more you challenge yourself, the more fearless you become. Confidence is built through action, not through sitting and waiting. When you take action, even small action, you strengthen the belief that you can succeed. To become unstoppable, you must also develop mental toughness.